The following program is rated TV MAL, TV MALS, TV MALSV. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Everything's under control. Situation normal.
What happened?
Had a slight weapons malfunction, but everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
We're sending a squad up.
Negative. We have a reactor leak here now. Give us a few minutes to lock it down. Large leak, very dangerous.
Who is this? What's your operating number?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to This Week in Bullshit. I'm your host, Justin Proper. With me today, my good friends, Rosetta, Kai, the Chad. It's been a while since you've been on here. Good to have you back, man. And Culture Casino, who had a very lovely introduction. Could have used a little bit more tongue, though. Just kind of bit into it.
Always good to have more tongue.
Always. Yeah. But
that's what she
you
said.
Are here, and that we love. And we're actually somewhat on time. Which is nice. It's like that's why people are that's why people are just trickling in, just like, oh my gosh, like he's actually on time. Like what? We expected him to be like, live in like 10 minutes. But for everyone who's here early, welcome guys. No awesome one. This isn't going to be in 23 hours. It is right now. So please do join us. Me82 says the Crowder story made me laugh. He inserted himself into something and got memed. Well, we'll get to that in a bit.
Will we ever?
Oh, yes, we will. Scarab Podcast is here, loving the poop emojis. Keely Chow's here, and So Cold Jeremy. What's up, man? Thank you for the super chat. He says, hail Justin, the wonderful panel. Hail to the chat. Hope everyone is having a great week. Hey, just you, buddy. Good to have you here, man. And Theme Park Casual is here, says, hey, kids. Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you here. Roof Koreans will continue until... What the kind of username is that? Do you or have you ever taken Ethan Klein seriously? No. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a little bit. What's up? Deranged Lunatic is here for Rosetta. What's up? What's up, man? Good to see you here. Soul Assassin is here. Geeks and Joy, LDG.
Soul Assassin, Will, good to see you guys.
Yep. Will Gentry, what up, bullshitters?
Hi, Will.
We're not the bullshitters, but we'll take it. Hope y'all are doing good. I'm doing great, man. Oh man, do we have a show for you today? And let's start this off right. This is something that actually caught me by surprise. I did not see this coming, and if you guys think for a second that you'll guess what is in here, what is going to happen in this video, think again. Just like I just anyone want to guess? This guy's going to cut up this fish. What's going to be inside? What do you think is going to be inside? Any guess? Any guesses?
A genie?
Oh my God! You just ruined the fun
My
already.
youthful hope.
It's too high. But you know what? You're actually a lot closer than I thought you'd be. Hey, what's up, Atlantean? Thank you for the $2. It says, hail all.
Is it a foot?
You. Oh, you know what? Let's just watch it.
Is this like what was it? 7 with Brad Pitt? What's in the box? What's in the box?
Right. Hold on. Let me refresh it real quick.
Boomerang it up already.
Oh no! It just needed to refresh so it plays again. Oh, damn it. Okay, there we go. So there's that. I know it's a little disgusting, but just wait for it.
Dude, I'm a new for you. I've seen really this.
Watching here.
An entire bottle of Fireball was found in this fish, in this giant fish.
That's
Dude.
freaking awesome.
I know.
Okay.
I know. Isn't that something? That's fucking cool. I think that's a
there's
win.
a saying
That's
about
the catch
drinking
of the
like
day.
a fish. There's a saying about drinking like a fish. I guess they were aiming to prove it.
Probably.
Wow.
Yeah, the fish like to party. Yeah, clearly. It's a real
Apparently
problem if you're just swallowing the bottle without even.
That's hardcore, man.
Look, either way, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty awesome. But we started. I wanted to start out with kind of something positive before.
Well, I see another positive thing on that screen right now.
Oh, but yeah, apparently there was that's the thing. It was completely unopened, which makes it even more miraculous. Like, how did this fish even? I don't even know. I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. I'm glad that it exists, to be perfectly honest.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. And not bad. Start off with something nice before we get into this shit. IKEA has a. I don't know if you heard about this. This is how you do not celebrate Juneteenth. This is what they did. They apologized after employees protested over the Juneteenth menu that featured fried chicken and watermelon. And this was their statement was down here. They had said, to honor the perseverance of Black Americans and acknowledge the progress yet to be made, we observed Juneteenth on Saturday, June 19th, 2021, after Joe Biden had made it a federal holiday. And they said, look out for a special menu on Saturday, which will include fried chicken, watermelon, mac and cheese, potato salad, collard greens, and candied yams. And people were not happy about it because, let's be honest, IKEA isn't even American. They have no idea.
Can I insert a moment of being completely offensive and say that they're not fucking wrong? If I'm on the board of a black church, they're not fucking wrong.
Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem. I mean, this just continually points the finger at the socialists, the leftists, the communists as being, especially the Marxists, being the most racist people on the planet. And of course, IKEA doesn't know anything about, things here in the United States. They're the company's based in Scandinavia. So, I mean, come on. I mean, so somebody somewhere in the U.S. just revealed themselves to be the biggest RSS in the universe. So whoever did that.
It's just kind of like, really, did you even think this
through? This is the kind of garbage you get with the CRT thing, man. This is the kind of garbage you're going to see. They're going to lean farther and farther into incredibly offensive stereotypes because, it's where they feel they're comfortable, because all they see is the differences between us and not the things that unite us.
Yeah, and that's kind of sad to me. It's that and I don't know what's worse, that or the president of the Philippines had threatened to arrest his citizens for not taking the vaccine, and he said, and I quote, "I'll inject the vaccine in your butt."
Okay.
I don't even think that needs any that needs no. There's no
further context.
No further.
Look,
what the fuck? Why would you say that?
Things in people's butts.
Wow. That reminds me of a bit of a fun story up in Canada, where I think it was a month or two ago, some of the politicians in Ontario tried to pass a law. Anyone that was out after curfew would have the right to be stopped and questioned by the police. And about just a few hours after the announcement, the police said, "Yeah, we're not enforcing that. No, go to hell."
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Police just said, "No, we are not doing that. Nope."
Yeah, no thanks.
That was priceless.
Oh man. And I think we'll share one more with you guys. Oh man. Speaking of stupid politicians, with California's historic drought is causing drinking water to taste like dirt, and officials say, "Oh, just add some lemon." Yeah, just add lemon. Yeah, that'll take away the dirt taste, the shitty LA water. Yeah, that'll help. My God.
Yeah.
How about at least tell him get water filters for your house while we go through this at least. That's better than adding lemon, for fuck's sakes.
What? Oh my God! Why would? Why? No one. Seriously, nobody this week is thinking anything through. It's so fucking ridiculous. I can't even. I can't you know what? I keep saying this. I can't believe it, but you know what? Sometimes I just fucking can't. You know, I can't with this shit.
I can, but I have no viewpoint that's good of humanity. So.
Oh man. Okay. Oh, I think it's time for our first main topic of the day. And my God,
here we go.
Oh yeah, seriously. This fucking pissed me the fuck off. So, for those who do not know, this is about the whole Steven Crowder and Ethan Klein thing that happened a few days ago. And what was very interesting about this is, first off, this kind of begins with Ethan Klein allegedly reaching out to Steven Crowder, saying that he'd be interested in being on Steven Crowder's show, having a debate, and again, allegedly Ethan Klein reached out to Crowder, not the other way around. I'm not saying that Crowder had not reached out to Ethan Klein in the past. I'm not sure about that, but I found that to be quite interesting, especially after Ethan Klein had just recently abruptly ended his podcast with, I don't know, whoever that chick was, Frenemies, and it just kind of blew up on live on air, and he was heavily criticized for just the way he handled that show and everything. So yeah, that was not that did not look good on his part. So what better thing to do to take away from it than to try to make a headline for Steven Crowder? And this is what happened. So they agreed to do this. This is I'll try to do this full screen. This is the messages that were sent, and I'm gonna play. This is from Crowder's channel. I'm gonna play some of this here.
I agreed to the terms of the debate. I said, look, we'll talk about the COVID issue because CDC, that was the initial topic of discussion. We can talk about big tech because now he supports big tech censorship. Then there were some email. I don't know if you had the emails there. There were some emails that again went back and forth where they said, hey, what do you want to do? We'll get on a call. It'll just be you and I. Just you and I, no tricks. Very clear about that, right?
Right.
Because every time the reason I mention these other debates is every time we've had a debate with someone, and very straightforward. I disagree with you. This is the topic we're going to cover.
Right. And one of the reasons you say it's just going to be you and I, it's like, I'm not going to be sitting over here on my computer trying to pull up something to kind of do a gotcha moment.
Yeah. Right.
And you've always told me that, like, hey, if we're ever debating somebody, you can always come in, let me introduce you and let them know. You're never going to surprise somebody.
Right.
Yep. And that's exactly what happened. So we'll skip to we'll skip to where they actually started the stream. So Ethan Klein comes on. And they're talking. They're doing this like pre-interview sort of thing. They're talking about each other's wives and stuff and whatever. Just yeah. What's up?
Who's who here? I don't know.
Oh, this is Steven Crowder on the left. Ethan Klein is on the right. All right.
Ethan Klein, is that he? H3?
Yeah, that's you called it he. Was that a joke or like?
Because it's H3H3. That's he.
Oh my! Really? You interrupted that just to make that?
Well,
joke?
I didn't know who's who here, so I had no context for what's happening.
Okay.
Just needed that.
Okay, that's fine. All right. And what's funny is that earlier, Steven Crowder had guessed that, hey, I bet he says, hey, I bet Ethan Klein is going to do whatever he can to avoid debating me. And this is what happened. So they get into this. They start the conversation, and it starts out very much respectfully.
You're very welcome. And I just want to say, I know you called me. You said that I would be a layup.
And this is what happens. This is like the first
I think
bit
you're
of it.
right, because I don't think I'm a very good debater. I think you know that. So I didn't want to make it too easy for you.
Oh, okay.
So I prepared.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So what we
So
were going to
Dan,
talk
whenever you're
about
ready.
is the initial quote that happened. I think he's looking off there. The initial quote that kind of was turned into a little bit.
And
of a
Steven has
meme,
no
which
idea who
wasn't
this other guy
intentional.
who's coming on.
And was you saying you don't even have to think about it regarding the CDC? And I disagree with that.
Like, he clearly
I think
has
people
no
should
clue.
think about it. I believe, and we talked about this through playful ribbing, in an aggregation of medical authorities and scientific voices.
But yeah,
geez. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. What did I tell you? He was going to do anything he could to avoid. Oh, there he is. Oh no, Sam Cedar. What a fucking nightmare.
So basically, he brings on some other dude named Sam Cedar, or whoever it is. Sam, whoever. He brings him on instead of what they had agreed on. Hey, just going to be you and me, nothing else, and no tricks or anything. We're just going to talk. We're going to have a debate, just you and me. All right, cool. No big problem there, right? That's awesome. Yeah, cool. And it comes out of nowhere. And he brings on some douchebag because, again, as Ethan had said just earlier, it's like, I'm not that great at debates or anything, so I brought somebody who you could debate instead.
So he just admitted he's a fuckwit and he needed somebody else to save his dumb fuckwit ass.
No. Here's the thing. It gets even better. It's even better because later on in the stream, he keeps calling Steven Crowder. He's like, "Oh, you're such a coward. You're a coward because you won't debate him." And this goes on for some time. It's just like, "Oh, why won't?" And seriously, like, if I showed you it, it's just a bunch of people like bickering back and forth. Like it gets so heated and nothing really happens. Like
because you had to shoehorn yourself into another coward show.
Into another
College
show.
students every day that
Yep.
you do
Blah,
that.
blah, blah, blah.
They don't know who
This
those
is another
college
lie.
students
This is
are.
Yep. So they just talk over each other and they're just like whatever. So okay. I have some issues with this. So
a few.
Quite a few. So, and I'm going to bring up the other clip that was from Steven's show, and then this was Ethan's channel. This is H3H3. I'm going to bring that up here because that's a fucking gem right here. Oh my gosh! Like, so he brings on some other dude for whatever reason because he admits he's incapable of debating, even though he asked Steven to debate. He asked him to come on. So it's just really telling. So it's just all right. So eventually it leads to this. Basically, like, are you like, hey, like Steven is just like, hey, you know what? I came in here to debate you, and all that stuff. And then he makes some, remarks about Sam here. And here's how it ended.
I ducked the debate with you under a false pretense. Have I ever?
That is what the Politicon people told me.
Oh, is that what they told you? Well, so you're just lazy with your research?
Okay, so that's all about. So apparently, a few years ago, Steven had basically declined to. It is alleged that he had refused to debate Sam or had cold feet, if you will. It didn't show up, and so that's how that kind of all started. And with those rumors, floating around, and he is kind of going along with that. He sort of is playing that up, and basically, it's like 20 minutes, or not 20 minutes. It's like the whole time that he's on, basically. It's just those three, and then just arguing, whatever. And then Ethan is just, kind of just chilling. He's just sitting back. He's sitting back the whole time, just watching it all happen. And it's so ridiculous. He's just like, he's not even going to do anything at all. It kind of, it'll be just a second.
Bigger audience than you, because
so this is basically how it ends.
Never even allows a shadow of comedy to be perceived on his program. It's just hiding. Right. Everything we do is out in the open. H3.
Steven, you're wearing a holster.
We agreed. So what? Hold on a second. Yeah? So? I want to normalize responsible gun ownership. Is that your debate? No wonder you had to bring in a hack for you.
Well, no, you're talking about comedy.
Well, that's what you
I
need, strategy.
That's
Right
not very
for you.
funny.
You have a holster, bro.
Also, your
you have a
sponsor
holster.
sparked it.
And he takes advantage of mentally ill women for a show.
Yeah, I've never had streams like that before.
No. And God willing, you never will.
Hold on.
It's kind of giving me flashbacks.
Hold on, let me make one point, Steven.
Take it easy.
Steven, don't bail.
Guys. I appreciate
Don't
it.
bail, you coward.
Hey, Sam, one thing before I go. Can you take off your glasses?
Hold on.
One thing before I go.
I
Can you
just
take
wanna
off your
see-
glasses?
we just wanna see if
I
there's
just want to see if you take them off. If you have the Velveteen Rabbit buttons. That's the only thing I'm curious about. It's the only interesting part about it.
Or if there's a soul.
Let's
Just
debate.
Take off the glasses.
Let's debate, Steven.
Don't hide behind the glasses.
Don't be a coward.
Yeah, let's debate. No, fuck you, Ethan. Okay, yeah. And so basically, Steven leaves. That fucking bothers me. So and once he leaves, this is what happens.
Wow. Thank you.
Coward.
You won't even take off the glasses.
I was right.
All right, yeah, you can
run away.
You run away twice. Cold feet again.
Come on, Steven.
Wow. Wow.
Everyone's cheering and stuff.
I can't believe he admit to the following.
He admitted that he followed the show last week.
We got him.
He admitted that he watched the show last
We
week.
got
went
him.
early.
Dude, we played him so hard because he literally was following. He saw that you went live, dude. We fucking got him.
Oh my God, we fucking nailed him.
Oh my God, fuck you, fucking that fuck face there. Oh my God. All right, so this is what really pisses me off about that. So, it's not. Look, it's one thing. Like if this is like okay, all right, this is a joke, whatever. Like haha, whatever. But it's that and what follows afterwards when they say like, oh, he was a coward, he didn't want to debate. All right, Ethan. No. If anyone's a fucking coward, it's you because you were the one who said, "Hey, do you want to debate?" Steven's like, "Yeah, come on and debate." And Shellback, they basically jerked each other off after that. That's basically what was going on.
Wait. If they jerked each other off,
hold on. I got this. Just I'll let you talk in a second. But okay, so. All right, how do I put this? You don't. I don't know who's has the static right now, but is that you? Oh, hey Tommy, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were there.
Yeah, what's going on, Justin? What's up, everybody? What's up?
Yeah, what did you? Okay, it was Chad. All right. Okay, so Tommy, what did you? Well. Glad for you to join here now. But oh my God. All right. So you kind of got me in the middle of a thing. So what was I gonna say?
Go ahead, Crowder. The video.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Ethan, you reached out to Steven. Steven's like, okay, you can come on. It's gonna be you and me, one-on-one. He's like, okay, cool. And then he pulls that shit and brings somebody else on. Like, and it's such a scummy move to me because he's, and even afterwards, this is framed as very serious, not like haha, we pranked you, whatever. No, that's not what was happening. He really wanted to debate, but he just wanted to sit back. He had no interest in a civil dialogue, and Steven did nothing but, he was nothing but respectful. And later in that stream with Ethan, Sam had said, "I approach this with nothing but respect. Nothing but respect. Look, fuckface, you are the one who just entered an AB conversation. See your way out. Like this has nothing to do with you. Why are you here? Why are you here? If I'm saying like, oh, I'd like to have a conversation with Kai, and then Chad just kind of interjects, and I'm just like, Chad, dude. Look, what are you doing here? No, I'm talking to Kai here. Like, what the fuck's going on, man? It's just it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, so it's like I invite somebody on. It's like if I invite somebody on, like somebody was like oh no, and then after that they have the audacity to say, oh, you're a coward because you won't debate him. No, we agreed that it was just going to be the two of us, and that's it. You violated that agreement. That's it. You violated that. It's all, the deal is off, dude. Fuck you. You brought somebody else in, and that's all you wanted to do. You didn't want to have a conversation at all. You wanted to bring somebody else in, and that's absolutely it's what a slime ball kind of move. Fuck that guy. Like,
well, I don't know. Is it just me, or did it seem like he brought him in only just to try to get some attention for his name?
Well, that's the only person who really came out of this really just and gained a whole bunch. Like, first off, I guess everybody got a bunch of free publicity, but especially this dude. No one really knew who he was. No one knew who he was, and despite that, even if we did know who he was, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you invited somebody else in, and it has nothing to do with you. It's just like, no, Ethan. No, it's like, think of it this way: like, no, Ethan, I'm here to debate you, not this guy.
Well, Ethan's star had been dimming considerably. He's been getting his pegs taken out from under him a lot. A lot of support was vanishing. He's been revealed to be, an issue, I think.
Culture, would you say that he's been dimming like Biden?
Yeah.
Thank you, Roger, for the thumbs up. I appreciate that, man. Any thumbs up from Roger's a good one, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and it's like I said. I mean, Ethan is kind of that type of person. But see, Crowder, could have controlled it, as you mentioned it before, had he just said, "Hey, either he leaves or I do. Those are the two choices."
Yeah, and instead, he made a bunch of jabs at Sam, and not that it was like uncalled for or anything, but it's just like, look, you know what? It should have been very, very simple. Very simple. Just like, hey, look, dude, like this isn't like I'm not debating you. Get the fuck out. And also they kept saying like, why would you debate me? Why would you debate me? I don't know, because I didn't invite you. You weren't invited.
Exactly. Well, Justin, it's like this in the ghetto. That's called a bitch move that he pulled right there. Essentially, it's like you agree to fight somebody. You go, hey. After school, by the monkey bars, you and I are going to fight. And the other guy goes, all right, yeah, let's go. And then that guy shows up, and you're like, all right, since I don't really like fighting, I brought this guy. And like,
I was thinking it.
You and me are the ones with beef. You and me are the ones that got to settle this. No.
Yeah, I was thinking, if you guys remember Men in Tights, Men in Tights when he challenges him to the duel, just you and me and my cards. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. He even openly admitted that he's terrible at debating. So, but like, why would you agree to it in the first place then? If you're terrible at it doesn't make sense. So yeah, was Crowder a little naive to fall for it? A little bit. But you know what? He came in it in good faith at the end of the day, and he wanted to have a conversation, and Ethan did not. So to say that, and people have been saying, fans of Ethan and H3, they say like, oh, he totally won the debate. What debate? They didn't have a debate. Like, what the fuck? No, there's no winning. It didn't happen.
How can this guy have? I don't even know who Ethan Klein is, and I can honestly say, it says a lot about him and the kind of person he appeals to that someone would even say that he came out in any way a winner in that scenario.
I mean, well, you know what, Chad? I mean, let's be honest. Everybody has simps, and it doesn't really matter who they are. They've always got somebody that's going to follow them around. I mean, look at all the nonsense we've dealt with over the past couple of years with some of these, for a better word, these troll accounts that do nothing but try to cause division and static and everything else. I mean, they have followers. If slime balls like that can have followers, this Calvin Klein guy can have followers too.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Right. That's the only person he would appeal to. Just these kind of socially inept losers that all they can do is troll on the internet because they have literally nothing better to do with their lives.
Yeah, Zach's. I agree with that. Yeah, they were a little weak. I did think his comment on Sam, if you guys have watched the whole thing, calling him Pigpen, it was I chuckled a little bit, but you know, even I know he knew who he was, but it would have been so much better to, you know, just come. I know if when you're in the moment, I know better than anybody, you know, really, like, and I think we all kind of know this. When you're in the moment, you don't always think about these things. You always think about them in retrospect, but the best thing to really do is just say, like, who is this guy? Like, who are you? Why did you bring somebody else in? No, I'm here to talk to you. I'm not talking to this guy. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. I'm surprised they didn't boot him or something. I don't know what the deal was with that. Why they couldn't just like say like, yeah, eject.
I would have kicked their ass. I would have kicked both of them out instantly.
No, I would have kicked the one guy out. I'm like, nope, you don't get to bring backup. Nope, it's just you and me. Like we said.
Weren't they on the fat loser guy who doesn't know how to close his mouth when he's chewing? They were on his show, right?
What they had is they agreed to do like one recording, but you know, they had like they were originally going to do like, okay, we'll do one show on yours, one show on mine, but they're like, no, let's just do one thing, and then we'll both use the recordings. And it's like, okay, cool, that's fine. But yeah, and that's what they agreed to, and then they just were like, yeah, and then that happened. You know, it's just one of those things. It's like what infuriates me is that this Sam guy who's grinning like a fucking idiot, but knowing exactly, you know, what happened, he's just like he does come out as the big winner for doing basically nothing, which is right. Even, you know, which is funny, I guess. But look, I mean,
like, you just know this guy got wedgied every day in school.
Not enough. But look, I mean, here's the thing. It's this guy apparently was, you know, he had reached out to other people like Dave Rubin and Joe Rogan and Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, and other people like, oh, they won't debate me. They have cool feet. Like, oh, when would you debate me? When would you debate? I don't know. Maybe because nobody's entitled to your time. Like, no one, you're not entitled to anybody's time. We're not invited for a reason. They don't want to talk to you.
Exactly.
They don't want to talk to you. Like, it's not, you know, just saying like, oh, it's like if somebody in the chat here were saying like, hey, Justin, you should have me on, hit me on. And, you know, like, oh, you're a coward for not having me on. It's like, I don't even know you, man. Like, you could be anybody. It's like, that's so disrespectful to just assume that you have any right to anyone's time, or like, especially air time. Like who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? How just rude and disrespectful to just assume that you deserve to be on anyone's stream. Fuck you. Like, and fuck everybody who has that kind of an entitled attitude. It's fucking disgusting.
Well, Justin, that all goes back to the reward type, you know, generation, you know, where everybody got an award just for showing up. It's going right back to that, and that's how everybody feels anymore. They feel not only they're entitled, but they feel like it's coming to them. They deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. As I was going to say, it's really ridiculous. I mean, yeah, I may joke, I may tease people. When am I going to be on or something? I'm always happy and excited and surprised when people invite me on, because it's modesty. It's respect for each other. It's not about you owe me anything. They don't owe you shit.
Well, we can't see your face, by the way.
I know. I'm painting.
Oh, okay. All right. Understood.
And to anybody's wondering, yes, people, she's a real redhead. That's not a hair dye. They're not extinct. Preserve the gingers, everybody.
Half true. I faded it, but I am a redhead. I just made it lighter.
Hey, what's up, Darius? I'm not actually on the stream. Oof, man, the popcorn emoji. Yeah, that's exactly. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, Darius. That's exactly what Ethan did. He just sat back and just was eating. Again, if this was just a joke, like haha, got you. Okay, I mean, I guess, but you know, then he tweeted. He tweeted this out. Let me just pull it up real quick. He said, He said, now that Steven Crowder knows who Sam Cedar is, let's have that debate. We want it. Steven's fans want it. What? It's time to do this. Sam Cedar versus Steven Crowder. Let's make it happen for the people. No, the people wanted Ethan Klein versus Steven Crowder, and you bitched out. You bitched out and brought backup. If it's one, if you wanted to tag team, you should have said, hey, I'm not great. Could I bring somebody else? Could we do that? Or just say like, this isn't, really like a big debate. Let's have a civil conversation, and stuff. And Steven Crowder is more than capable of doing that and being respectful, albeit disagreeing. That has been proven time and time again. And it's just, I mean, and he's the one calling Steven a coward. I don't know how many times I have to say this, but just like, what a fucking hypocrite. And I'm saying this like I'm surprised, like I should be surprised. But I mean, it's kind of like, the kid. I don't know, man. I used to kind of like them, back in the day. I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? The fuck has been happening to you over the last, several years? You just kind of got lazy, like with this shit. It's like you don't really even care anymore.
The more donuts he ate, the lazier he got.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of, it's a bummer. When you used to follow somebody way back when. It's like if the angry video game nerd just got lazy with his shit and just wasn't the same anymore. It's just disappointing. It's really sad to see. I mean, and it kind of bums me out. At the same time, he's been a real shit the last couple of years. So, man, am I just like, is it just me, or is
so Justin? Would you say that you feel like he Ric Flaired you, like stayed way past his prime?
Well, I mean, something like that. I mean, look, I appreciate what he's done in the past, but at the same time, it's just like, dude, fuck off. Just grow a pair of nuts again, and just debate him first. Like, seriously. And also, I loved what this guy had to say in response. He says, I still have no clue who he is. Like a radio guy, I'm down to hear it, but why don't you have the debate with Steven first? You have been dodging it and replacing it with the Sam debate. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. It's what everyone's been saying. It's like, no, like, you need to do this first. You agreed to this. You had asked to do it. Fucking do it. You have no authority to call anybody a coward after that. Seriously.
The only scene that I keep getting in my head is the one from The Princess Bride where the six-finger man turned and ran from the fight.
That too.
That's all I keep saying.
Yeah.
Right.
And everyone who uses Princess Bride always gets points with me, so.
Culture, are you in any way surprised by this at all?
Which part?
Yeah, no, I mean, the fact that, the hypocrisy, I don't know, man. Are you just surprised that, Ethan had stooped to this level, that, was Crowder gullible,
I think Crowder thought he might have been dealing with somebody in good faith. Okay. I think that, and yeah, that maybe that's gullibility, or maybe that's naivete. But I don't think so. And again, I mean, my response to this is what it was when I heard about it, which was what you said initially, which was, this is either he goes or I go, and that's it. It's all you had to say. And say, this isn't what we negotiated. It's either he goes or I go. And if the other person doesn't go, you leave. I mean, Sam Cedar wants to make a name for himself. Great. He can do that, the same way all of us do, by working very hard, to get where you're going to go. I don't know who that guy is. I don't even care. I pay no attention to Ethan other than to know that he is 100% a drama tuber. And I don't follow drama tubers. I have zero interest in drama tubers. He lacks intellectual honesty in anything anything I've ever seen him do, which creates a dearth when it comes to my interest. Right, I have a dearth of interest associated with Ethan Klein. That's a cowardly move, right? Because he set up something for one purpose and then misrepresented it. And sabotage journalism doesn't work with streaming, right? And he's not a journalist, and that certainly wasn't journalism. So, it's like I said, I mean, it is what it is, but I'm not going to get all fired up about it because guess what? That's exactly what Ethan Klein wants. He wants us to talk about him because his profile, again, was sliding downhill. And that's the thing. When these people do something ridiculous, it's because they're becoming less relevant. So in order to increase your relevance, you do something ridiculous. It's the same reason.
Hey, Culture. Do you suppose that maybe Crowder didn't even really think that he was going to get any kind of intelligent conversation out of him to begin with? Oh. And maybe he did this out of just pure curiosity to see how far that this guy would go, how far he would sink.
Oh yeah. He even said it in the stream in his full stream. Before then, he said, like, I bet he's going to do anything that he can to avoid debating me. And I think it was partially because of that. But what gets me with Steven is that, I'm like, well, you knew that before. So
then I tell you what, Justin, you answered your own question. He knew going in there that this guy was not going to be forthright. So, again, don't engage with people like that. Well, like I said, all he had to do is pull himself out, and if he'd already called his shot and said, this guy isn't going to fair deal, then you're done. When you walk into negotiate a contract or a sale of a business or a purchase of a business or anything like that, you walk into the room, you've already made an assessment. You've done due diligence on the value of what you're trying to acquire and or sell. If you're trying to sell something, you're figuring out what the value of it is in good faith. You're probably trying to eke a little more out of it. The other parties have done their research, et cetera, et cetera. So when you approach anything, that's how you have to approach it. You have to do your due diligence, know what you're dealing with, and know whether or not the deal has any way of coming together. So, and again, I mean, if Steven already called the shot and said, this dude's going to do anything he can to not debate me because he doesn't have the capacity, which is, I mean, come on. Like I said, I don't get involved in drama tubers. I don't care. I mean, and like I said, whenever any of these guys have their star, fading, they do something stupid. And it works. I mean, all of their, fan base is like, oh, yeah, this is a car crash. Yay, I can watch this now. And then, it's going to be another week or so that he'll dine out on it. And be able to talk about it and say everything he wants to. And then he'll start to fade again and have to figure out what other outrage button to push.
No, I don't know. If he's like some of the other ones, Culture, he'll probably keep this going for a long time because it's going to be the last vestige that he has to hold on to.
How much longer can he do this, though? Like, how much more longevity?
Look at some of the people that we know. I mean, look at people like Max. How long did he keep that shit going with Jeremy? Matter of fact, he still keeps it going to this day.
Yeah, but it doesn't go anywhere
consistently. But yeah, I mean,
yeah, but you got people like that. You've got low res tubby dude, and that that you're talking about. He's low res thinking, man, and so if you want to just appeal to bottom feeders, that's fine. That's not why I'm here. I'm here because I want to have intellectual, conversations and proper discourse and, learn at the same time. See, I'm open to learning things. That's the other thing you have to be willing to do if you want to be intellectually honest. But again, I don't expect that from drama tubers because that's not what they dine out on.
Well, Culture, I mean, that's the thing with these people. I mean, they don't really care because they have no sense of honor, and they're only going to do whatever they can to try to get that spotlight on them, regardless of how dim that it is, because they've got to hold on to whatever they have left. They have no choice.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, you can enter the world full of righteousness, and you can maintain that with a sense of honor and duty, or you can oh my gosh, the word just fell out of my head. You can fall to a level that makes you diminished. You can be superficial. You can be vain. You can fall into all of the pitfalls that humanity can offer you.
I call people like Ethan and that other idiot that he brought on clout junkies, because they're just addicted to the clout, and the drama.
Yeah,
that's all they want. That's all they're there for.
Yeah, and that's part of the issue of just that's part of that guy's problem. Is that instead of being upfront, like it's very clear that he's a troll. He's a troll. He wants clout. He wants attention.
Well,
Ethan gave him it. Okay, good for you. It accomplished something, I guess, for you in the short term. But like, what are you going to do after this? Are you going to keep this up forever? It's just and instead of having a little bit of integrity and having instead of demanding that you be on somebody's stream, otherwise you're a coward. Well, I don't know. Why don't you earn people's respect? Why don't you earn their respect?
Yeah, and that's largely one of the things I spoke to. But in what regard do you hold someone like Jeremy Hambly of the Quartering? This is an established marketer, a businessman, manages multiple channels, and also runs a business full time. He employs people, he treats it as a business, and he does an excellent job. Now, he will occasionally dip down into the drama, but for the most part, he realizes that on this platform, people who dip into the drama aren't going to be long for it anymore. He actually did a video today about that specifically, that the drama channels are going to be ones that are going to start to go by the wayside. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, I try to pay attention to anything thanks. Very good, you guys. Yeah. But I everything anybody's doing.
Well, Culture, I think you kind of hit on it a little bit, that there's no longevity in the drama to it. But unfortunately, there are always going to be enough people out there just to generate enough interest for these people to be able to always continue doing this kind of shit. It's never going to completely go away. There's always going to be those people that are drawn like moths to a flame to be able to watch somebody go down. They can't help themselves. It's like a train wreck that you can't turn away from. Some people are just drawn to that kind of nonsense.
The drama tubers, they're the modern day incarnation of the supermarket tabloid and the Jerry Springer show.
No, the National Enquirer.
Or the Sun or whatever.
No one buys that for the intelligence. They buy that just for the trash.
Nobody buys the LA Times to read it. It lines bird cages and cat boxes and stuff. But
despite the headlines, and they try to entice you with that's another problem that I have sometimes. It's just is like the outrage clicks. It could be funny. It can be fun sometimes. Well, it will always have its place. But you just have to understand not to take it seriously, and then at the end of the day, it's just fucking trash.
Yeah,
let's have a little self-awareness though, because at the end of it, I react to news stories. Primarily, of course, my focus is the business aspect of stuff. When the stuff that I do, we're reacting to a lot of stuff that happens during the course of the week and what we perceive as ridiculous. So reactions are going to always be around, but the drama stuff where you have a perceived slight from someone else and you draw them out, that's that's a thing. And H3 is a pigeon playing chess. He kicked the pieces over.
Okay, you can read it. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. It's just Lannian and I are buddies, so I just it's like having a conversation.
No, it's okay. I do feel a little bad because he'd been waiting for a bit, but I didn't want to interrupt or anything. But it does play into this conversation of just H3 is the pigeon playing chess. He kicked the pieces over, shat on the board, and is now strutting around like he won.
Yes.
No, you shat on the board and kicked the pieces after like one move was made, and you realized.
I think he probably shat on the board first and then kicked the pieces around so he could spread the shit everywhere.
On his shoe. and everywhere in his room.
Well, you know what, culture. I mean, that's the difference, though. When we talk about, like some of these topics that are going on, and some of the ridiculous topics. 9 times out of 10, when we get into those serious conversations about them, we're talking about from a place of passion, of understanding. We don't sit there and we don't like ramble on about a topic that we don't know nothing about and we have no interest in. I mean, I know I don't.
And again, I mean, we have some very thoughtful people in this group of humans that we hang out with, because I'm avoiding the commune word that, I'm trying to step away from that. But we have some very thoughtful people that think deeply about things. We disagree about stuff, and we can do so very passionately. But the drama people thrive on the perception, and they thrive on the controversy, even controversy about themselves. And I have no respect for that. I mean, whenever little things happen in our group of humans that we have here, that we all get together and hang out on YouTube and stuff like that, I always feel like I always feel like when we see those little moments where somebody has a perceived slight and it blows up for a week or a week and a half. First of all, there's no profit in that, guys. You're splitting up your audience. You're dividing into sides. You're going full tribal, and that doesn't suit anybody. There's no good business in that. It doesn't improve viewership. It doesn't bring people together. And again, I mean, part of the focus for me here is that I bring people together. I get to come together with people that I enjoy. Right, everybody here on this panel, all the people I get to hang out with during the course of the week,
even a guinea pig.
Even the guinea pig.
Wait, you like hanging out with the crazy chick?
I'm
yes,
with
crazy chicks.
Hey, the crazy chicks are the most fun to hang out with.
And I hang out
with whatever the fuck Kai is.
Broomhead.
Hi.
That's Broomhead.
Hi. That's what Kai is.
Matt Damon.
Oh yeah.
No, you're not Matt Damon. But no, I mean, and that's the thing is we have all these we have all these great personalities, and everybody's coming from a different place, and we're genuinely blessed by the fact that we have diversity of opinion and thought and everything else amongst our groups of humans. Because guess what? I hang out every once in a while. It's too rare, in my opinion, with somebody named Comic Chat. You might know him as Danny.
I know Danny.
He is incredible. I love the guy to pieces, and we hardly agree on anything. And that's part of the gig, man. But at least he and I can have a conversation and not end up, coming to blows. Or
culture. I think in a way, when these people start getting into the drama stuff, I think the real problem is it's not even so much the people that are doing the talking. It's usually the people that are following them. They're the ones that create the most animosity between all the different groups, because I mean, we've seen it over the past couple of months with a couple of bigger YouTubers, with the animosity that developed between their for a lesser word, their followers, their fan base. I mean, all the animosity and the ridiculousness that ensued from all that, just because somebody got their feelings hurt, instead of being able to take it like an individual and be able to say, hey, I disagree with you for this reason or whatever. They went right to the outrage.
Well, go down and have a conversation with a person like you would if you actually could, right? It's really easy to get a hold of one of us. I mean, that most of us interact with each other regularly, whether it's in a chat group directly or DMs or through Minds, or somehow we all able to get a hold of each other.
Yeah, and I would say for. I would say, for the audience who are on Twitter, that's probably, the best place to contact, a lot of people. Sometimes even better on other platforms where some people have been banned on Twitter. Now
Minds, Discord servers.
Discord servers. It's just Okay. Who's leading the stream culture?
Okay, so Justin, I got something I want to say on this. So, a while back, last year, when
hitting Culture Casino. Oh my gosh! All right, go ahead, Chad.
That's all right. So last year, when John Boyega came out to the magazines talking about how his role was minimized and such, I refused to forgive him. I refused to have anything to do with him, because basically, I still remembered when he went and told a fan, who was even being polite with him, saying, hey, dude, I didn't think your role was that good in Last Jedi. I don't care.
Who was this again?
John Boyega.
Oh, you had you that was your interaction.
And I took a lot of flack from people saying, "Oh, but you know what? He's opposing Disney now, and he's standing up to it." I'm like, "No, he's not. He's just upset that he's not getting paid anymore, and he's looking for attention." No, I'm not going to forget how he flipped off the fandom. I'm not going to forget how he was so rude to people who disagreed with him and tried to even tell them in a reasonable voice. I ain't going to forget that. And people were coming at me left and right in some DMs. And I just said, dude, we disagree. Leave it.
How about the fact that he called black people who don't agree with him politically a racial slur?
Exactly. Like, no, I'm not going to forget how personal he got when people just disagreed with him back when he thought there was money in it for him.
Well, you know what, Chad? I mean, part of that, and we got into this discussion a number of weeks ago when we were talking about Ron Howard and how he came out and attacked the fans over Solo. And it turns out that all of that was directed by Disney. They said, look, you know, we're going to yank whatever money you're supposed to receive. They basically gave him threats that he had to toe the company line until after the movie was done. And then once the movie was done and it was over with, then he came out and talked about how much he hated working on the project, how much he couldn't stand the movie, and how much Kathleen Kennedy interfered with the development of that project. And I think maybe to some degree, and now I can't say this for certain because I don't know the guy, maybe John Boyega was pissed off about how he was being treated on the set of the Star Wars sequels. Maybe he was just that agitated. And you know what? Is it a good idea to take it out on the fans? No, it never is. But you know, when some of these people feel like they're back into a corner, I mean, have you ever gotten to a position where you were talking with somebody and it had nothing to do with them in particular, but you were just so pissed off about a subject that maybe you lashed out at them anyway because you were already fed up? I know I've done it on occasion. I'm pretty sure everybody here has done it at some point.
Yeah.
Could
yes,
that
but I've never called people racial slurs for it.
Yeah, but that's just part of the environment now, Rosetta, and it's been that way for years.
I think someone who's past the age of 16 or so has lived long enough to know when they get to that point, they got to back off and cool down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not lash out like that because they're just going to dig themselves into a hole. And so, yeah, like whatever John Boyega was going through, that's one thing. But when you come at the fans who are even being nice to you and polite to you and not trying to troll you and say, I don't care, dude, that's going to define you. And it does. And I'm not going to forget that.
Also, just to add on to that real quick, Justin, I mean, part of the point that I was making is like, okay, you know, you're saying about the fans and everything. Now, these are people that they don't really know. I mean, you don't really know most of your fans. Now, how many times have we seen people in a family situation where you get domestic disputes that turn ugly? And that's between people that you love.
Yeah, and those are more understandable. But you know, I guess you know, you were making you were really you were making a good point there, Tommy. Not that you weren't making a good point right there, but just right before you say like, you know, John Boyega, you know, a lot of these people don't know the fans personally. And if you've been, you know, attacked on social media numerous times, you don't know what's about to come to you. And, you know, sometimes at a certain point, like I can understand somebody just being like, you know what, this is just going to happen again. You know what? I don't care. I've been shat on by fans who don't like this, you know, like, and they don't like this or whatever. Every time I post something on Twitter, people will say The Last Jedi sucked or something. I'm like, really? I'm talking about like, you know, baking eggs and toast or something, and people will say The Last Jedi sucked or something like that, or you know, I'm not talking about Rian Johnson or whatever. I'm talking about like an actor who was in the film, didn't have any, you know, writing, you know, creative control in that regard. You know, it's just like, look, I just played a part in a movie. I'm just like, I'm sick and tired of hearing about it. It's like, you know, it's like when we're sick and tired of more stupid shit that comes out every other week. And like it's never gonna end. You know, and that mentality will eat you alive if you let it.
The point I'm making about him goes, let's put aside the fan versus actor part a sec and the which movies suck or don't suck. I always try to say let's not attack the actors just because we don't like the movie they're in, because you take roles, you don't always know how it's going to end up when you take it and stuff like that.
No, and who wouldn't take a role in Star Wars? Yeah.
But when he went out and literally was posting that if you don't agree with my politics, if you're politically on the other side and you're my race and you're Uncle Tom's and C words and N words, that's where I don't give a crap who you are. I don't care which side you're on. I don't care what's happened to you before. You are a racist piece of shit and you are beneath slime.
Hey, Maze. Nice to see you. Jenny, Elizabeth. Yeah, no, I get that too. But I mean, do you at least understand, where I was coming from there? Like,
I do. Like I said,
we're sick and tired of hearing dumb shit coming out every day.
Like I said, that's
as much as they are of hearing it all the time, and probably are going to get it forever. And, it's not something that you can ever prepare for. Like, I mean, if either of us were actors, let's just be honest, and you got the opportunity of a lifetime to be in a fucking Star Wars movie, that's exciting. That's exciting until those movies suck. and then you get the brunt of it.
I'm completely on his side on that part. I understand saying, please just leave me the fuck alone about the movie. That stuff. I'm not mad at him for that stuff at all. I'm mad at him for racially attacking people for not thinking like him.
Okay.
That's where I'm fucking done with him. It has nothing to do with the movie or any of that. But he went out there and he called people racist slurs and made comments about who they are as their race because of their politics and because he didn't agree with them.
Yeah.
That's
and my whole point was like, you know what, this is my stance, this is where I am. And I am cool with anyone who disagrees with me. Because you know what, this is just personally how I feel, how I look at it, as someone who has done performing, as someone who has been on the stage, as someone who has been on the crowd. The golden rule is you don't ever lash out at the fans. And he did that, and I can't respect that. And anyone who has a different opinion, hey, I'm good with you, man.
Hey, you know
what? So long as you don't let it get personal.
I totally understand that, Chad, because I played in a band for a number of years, and one of the things that I always respected is the people that always came out to watch our band play. I never had a unkind word for anybody that came out and watched this. And you know what? I personally would never attack them, but I can understand where some people might get fed up. Because I've seen the kind of idiots that are out there, and I'm sure if you've seen it too. I'm sure all of us have seen it at some point. Hell, I know Rosetta has seen it many times on Twitter.
And my streams in the chat. You were there the first time that my stream got bombed by the
and tell me you didn't get mad about it, and you probably didn't say a few things you probably shouldn't have said just because you got that agitated.
No. To be clear, when they show up in my chat and they started making comments about my grandfather's death, they deserved every comment I made, and I should have made them.
We are all capable of being able to sink that level. I mean, to say that nobody will never sink to that level or they're not capable of it, I think is pure folly. I think we are all capable of doing it at some point. If you get fed up enough, or if you get pushed enough into a corner, you're going to wind up lashing back. I mean, now how you do it and how you handle it, that's completely two different subjects. Should he have brought any kind of racist stuff into it? No, probably not.
Well, that wasn't also a lash back at people. That was it. He went out and publicly attacked people who weren't even commenting to him.
Right.
Because they didn't agree with him politically and he didn't like their race for it.
Right. But part of that has to do with how he was probably talked to prior to that too. And once again, should that have been an excuse to do it? Probably not. But I mean, you have to look at it from somebody else's perspective. Not everybody else is going to have a calm, cool demeanor and be able to have these kind of argumentative discussions without getting so heated that they wind up saying things that they probably shouldn't have. Because a lot of people don't think before they speak.
Exactly. Ed Lopez, what's this show about? That's a great question. These shows, This Week in Bullshit, goes through so many twists and turns. We never know at the end of the day what we'll end up talking about. But we start off with some jokes. We talk about Steven Crowder and Ethan Klein. That whole debacle, that's a little earlier in the stream. And then what really got this going on, I think, which Culture, you had a very good point, is that, and you were referring to, this, I guess, this group of people. You refrain from using the word community, but I don't exactly know why, but I understand why. But I that's you, not me. But my interpretation of it is to avoid labels and stuff. Is that kind of right?
No, the problem is that the word that I'm not using is utilized by a lot of different groups to try to form a power base, whereas I'm trying to actually connect with individual people. So
as opposed to a group mentality. Okay.
Yeah. I don't participate in groupthink. That's one of the reasons I was talking the way I was. Is I'm cool with disagreeing with people. I think that's part of an educational process on both sides. I think the more informed you are about someone else's opinion, the more you can solidify your own. And if you have a fallacy in your argument, or you have a tendency to put in a straw man, or to inaccurately claim a straw man on another's behalf, at least you'll have more information with which to strengthen both of those things. It again, I mean, it's one of the reasons I watch the people that I watch for the most part is I like the person. So when I'm looking at a drama YouTuber, chances are I don't like them, and so I'm probably not watching them. Because I think that that's acting at your base level. And I know that a lot of people don't, get that, but that is base level. And you are bigger than that. Everybody here. Now, Tommy's right. You can always revert back to base. It's pretty easy to do, especially in the heat of emotion. But, you were acting more thoughtful and civilized when you can revert to your higher self, to the educated person, to the eloquent person, and be able to speak on things rather than calling somebody a name. That's why I try not to engage in ad hominem attacks. And if I do, they're usually like knucklehead or something like that. Holy cow, there's a puff in the house.
Oh,
puff, I was about to say something, but now I don't know what. One moment here. No, I was going to say with that.
Hey, what's up, Snoop? How you doing?
Welcome back to the Puff and Stuff Show. I'm your host, Puff. It's my co-host, Kai. What's going on, Kai?
Hey, man. Good. It's good to see you here.
Where's Orcs?
So I was just about to go back.
Where's the guy with the hair? I seen hair. I thought that was Orcs. Who's got the hair?
Oh my gosh.
Where'd he go?
Well, I know you've been back there for a minute, but what? No, it's
Justin. Are you going to address the smoky mess that he left the green room in?
Where am I?
What did he do?
Oh, there's a dragon. Hey, that's a nice dragon.
Okay, this is what the fourth stream I've been on working on this with you.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry, Rosanna. I didn't see you behind the dragon.
Hey,
proper. Sorry, I'll go get Jolly. I didn't know. I thought this was the Puff and Stuff
I was gonna say.
Oh no! Get through this week in bullshit, not puffing. No.
I'm gonna say real quick what Culture was saying.
No, I'm not.
I'm not. Show now.
I'm not going to Vegas until tomorrow. So no, none of that. None of that until.
Every show is the Puff and Stuff show for me.
Wait! I got an important question for Proper. Hang on. You got any weed?
I do.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
No comment. No comment. that was, dude. I love having Snowdub on.
Snowdub's awesome. Cotton Connection.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
But hold on, Tommy. I actually really wanted to. That's why I kind of held off on having Snowdub come in, because I knew I was going to throw it off. Oh, for fuck's sake! Proper Ron Weasley. God damn it, Thomas.
You're me.
I appreciate
something there.
Oh man, I love Thomas. Thomas is allowed to have a link whenever he wants. But seriously though. Culture, you did have a good point when I was going to lead back to oh my god. No, you're okay, dude. Culture Casino did have a good point when he was talking earlier about how having all this drama and infighting was not profitable. And drama in general, in terms of longevity, is not profitable. So I am, when it comes, to people that we know, it is very infuriating when these kind of things happen. And I do think part of it is because, we are friends, we all kind of all want to get along, and we don't want to shit on each other's channels. But, that does, and everyone is allowed to do whatever they want to do. But, if you can't, be honest with each other because you're worried about, offending somebody, I think that's where, that's where that's where the lines are kind of blurred. So where do we, how do we go about that sometimes? I mean, I get it. It's, there are some specific instances where I'm like, oh, this was so unnecessary. Why did you have to say that? But I'm thinking I understand if there are criticisms, but why say it on air? It doesn't do any good. You are correct. It divides people. But then if there are, do you just not say anything at all? Do you ever say anything, or do you just ask questions? I'm like, hey, what is this all about? I'm confused. I don't understand this. Could you help me explain it? What's the best way to approach an actual, you
mean in an adult way?
Well, I mean, yes.
Go directly to the person. I already said it. The answer is very simple. You go to the person directly. You don't bring it out in public. Washing your linens in front of others, or your undergarments, your panty things. That's not the preferred method as an adult to handle an issue, right? If you think your friend shat the pants or shat the bed or whatever, you address that with your friend. You say, hey, you know what? You said something. It was really, I took it incredibly wrong. Perhaps you can explain to me what you actually meant.
Well, hey, culture, wouldn't you take that to Walton? Because more than likely, he gave the person whatever they got to shit the bed.
Yeah, I don't know.
What now? I just heard shit the bed.
Oh.
I just want to apologize to the Proper and you guys and the chat. Puff got a hold of the computer and thought he was doing his show. I am so sorry, but I'm thinking I'm gonna have to check him back into rehab. It's getting bad.
Rosetta, you muted yourself.
I did after I tried several times, and everyone just talked over me because I didn't want to yell at you.
Oh no, it's okay. We just we're in the middle of a conversation. That's.
I actually was commenting on what he said when you brought Puff on and kept trying to finish my point. That's why I was thinking nobody heard me.
Puff ruined the show. I knew it. Damn it.
I was trying to comment because he was saying that it's not profitable. In short term, it is, because let's be honest, it's really easy to get enough subs to get monetized by being a drama channel. But there's no longevity to it. There's no heart to it.
Wait, what?
There's no longevity. There's no heart to it. Look, Shellback, if I have 8 people on, my God, this is not gonna. This is.
I'm not a person. I'm a puppet. Make sure you use my pronouns correctly.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough.
Thanks.
But no, that's the thing is, I could easily get those extra subs by pulling on every little clickbait, every little drama that's happening online, and making it a big to-do on every stream. But I'd be doing nothing of meaning in any of the streams. I would rather have a stream with 8 viewers that's serious, where I'm doing artwork and trying to promote real life and culture, than sit there and suck up for attention.
Yeah. Plus, you don't want the drama chasers out of there, because when you actually try to get serious, they're just gonna mess with you.
Drama? Who has drama on their channel?
All right, Kai, you said before the stream started that you wanted to bounce in a second. So tell the people what you got going on, man.
I dropped a video yesterday, of a review for that show Ted Lasso on Apple TV. It's a freaking awesome show, and I don't know. Let me know how I did. It's my first time talking about a show, and so if anyone wants to give me some feedback, I'd appreciate it. But it's a great show though, and it's a lot of fun. It's full of heart, and I'm gonna do more stuff. Talk about good shows that are out there, and instead of just everyone talks about the bad stuff, like there's good stuff out there. So I want to talk about the good stuff, and I want to talk about anime and writing and stuff. So I've started doing those things. Yeah. So I guess check out my channel.
It goes back to an old quote that I love dearly. The love, what is it? The love you take is equal to the love you make. I don't think anybody exemplifies that any better than you, Kai.
Oh, thank you.
I meant that in a very nice way. Also, you have a book out that I'm going to read on the.
About my lovemaking from my guy, so I appreciate that.
One more thing, Kai, before you go. Please do more gaming streams. I haven't been able to troll you enough lately.
Oh,
okay.
So, Rosetta, where were you when I was doing the Force Unleashed streams?
I don't know if I still have your channel. It keeps on subbing everyone to me and me from everyone.
Yeah.
Send me the link. I'll verify. Okay.
Okay.
And tag. Don't forget to tag.
Because I check who's streaming every hour.
All right. Yeah, I got to start tagging. Yeah, I'm still pretty new at this, so I got to start tagging.
Hey,
putting the hashtags on there.
Kai, you need to bring the balloon guy back more.
I got Balloon Kai. He's over here. He's getting smaller. His head's getting smaller.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what she said.
Oh no.
All right, Kai. I absolutely cannot wait to read your book on my flight tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to it. Is he getting the fucking balloon?
Yeah.
Hey, all right.
Hey, I'm back. There he is.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Kai, man. Kai, it's always a pleasure having you on.
Always a pleasure, Justin. Good hanging out with everybody. It's been a blast.
Stay high, Kai.
Nice
Stay high.
So we need one more entry, and then we got the Brady Bunch thing going on.
Oh my God, yeah. That's what I like to avoid on the streams is having a bunch of people on.
Because it's a story
of an ugly baby.
Oh.
Who is raising up three very
I'm good being the center, especially since I'm the only girl here.
All right, I'm going to float away. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. But I'm not the center anymore if you leave. That's so right. I like being the center of attention.
Watch out for cactus.
Oh, I'm not the center anymore.
Oh my God, cry me a river.
Well, okay, you've got epic hair in the center. That's good. Besides, you know I'm being sarcastic.
Oh no, it's all good. Hey, what's up, Shellback? Good to see you, man.
Took it away.
No, nobody had to leave.
No, he had said before the stream had started that he's probably going to dip out at some point.
What's up,
so
Shell?
just like,
hey.
So I was like, okay.
Thomas!
What? Haven't you ever heard "the more the merrier"?
You know what? You sound exactly like this other guy I know. His name's Titty Inspector. Any relation?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean,
check the last Cotton Connection. You'll see.
Right.
I mean, I've watched the show, Jolly, and I am a big fan. And in fact, I'm one of your wrenches. You know.
Oh, that's right.
But
and I'm not, you brat.
Well, here's the thing.
Man,
like,
my gosh, so demanding.
Right. My whole damn chat's gonna be wrenches now.
Yeah.
I swear.
What was just mentioned about people being unsubbed and stuff? I was unsubbed from Snowdub Music and Entertainment.
This is true.
I had to resub, and I'm a wrench. I'm one of the channel wrenches.
Shellback, this is not
that happens.
Yeah, this is nothing unusual. I mean, I've actually talked about this story quite a few times. I used to wrench for God knows over like probably 60 some odd channels at one point.
Everybody.
It was quite ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I was actually sitting on Sean Stackhouse's channel modding at the time, and they unsubbed me in the middle of the show.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had that happen. I've had that happen on several places, including some of the bigger channels I do it for. I'm literally sitting in their chat helping wrench, and it keeps unsubbing me to them.
I've literally had to resub to Drunk 3PO, I believe, 2 times now, and I literally wear the guy's shirt, and I'm like his main moderator in his chat. And yeah, 3 times I've had to subscribe to a guy that I've been following and friends with for over 2.5 years. It's incredible. the lengths YouTube goes to try and disconnect us.
Almost.
I mean, seriously, that sucks that happens, but yeah,
I think it's ulterior motives, proper. I really do. Yeah. I think it's our content, and I think it's what we talk about, and I think it's on purpose. I do.
I can't argue with
that.
It
happens all the time on my channel. I have like numbers of 40 or so all of a sudden vanish in a few seconds. It happens a lot.
No, Rosetta, I had 150 plus. I think it was actually closer to 160 subs disappeared overnight one time.
Yeah.
I've had several times. I'm literally sitting there working on the channel. I look at the number, go over, start a video uploading, click it again, and 50 exactly just disappeared.
Wow.
Okay. In conclusion, Ethan Klein is a slime ball. That Sam guy, fuck him. And
you're here.
Crowder, you could have reacted better. That's all I got to say.
True.
On that. Now, on to our second topic.
Second? We're on our second? Here I was thinking where I was at the end of the show.
No. We got a good 30-40 minutes left in me at least until I gotta bounce, and I gotta pack up for Vegas and everything. Looking forward to a very good time out there. Finally be
awesome.
On your time zone for a second there. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. How do people feel about this? Out of curiosity, yeah. So okay, I do have a little bit of explaining to do personally. I had initially said that, oh, you know what? If they had thought that this person is the best person for the role, then great. That's awesome. And if oh my God, it gave me flashbacks of The Little Mermaid. When that young girl Halle Bailey was cast, the black chick for Ariel. I'm just like, okay, she could be, the best person for the role. And then, if skin color is the only thing that's bothering you, then that says more about you than it does anything else. Forgetting about the origins of Snow White, and that was the fairest of them all, just completely blew over my head. Whoops. So there's that. But that being said, okay, first off, aside from this, aside from like the fact that she's not white, obviously, playing what did she play? Like she's Colombian and she played a Puerto Rican or something in like the Lin-Manuel Lin-Manuel Miranda dude's Hamilton's new movie or something. I don't know.
She's Colombian on her mother's side, but her dad is of Polish descent.
Okay. All right. Cool. I don't know. So aside from that, she is said some interesting things about people, which is, oh my God, I kind of regret what I had said earlier. Just like, oh, I wish her luck. Yeah, I wish her the best and stuff. Like, it's not a big deal or anything. Hey, what's up, Kai? Welcome back. Kai, you're back so soon. I was just
going to drop a link in the back and go back to what I was doing. But I guess as long as I'm here.
This one gets me because I'm the one that's really obsessed.
Kai, you don't get a second intro.
No, look it.
No, it's okay. You're good, man.
This.
God. Oh yeah.
Do the thing. Go back to normal.
Oh, what's this?
Back to normal.
What's this?
This is the only Mexican Snow White I recognize.
If they going next, well, they next after me. They call me Snow White, the product. There's not a chick that is harder, so now
I'm not getting a copyright claim.
That's it. Yeah, that's fine. That's her. I just wanted a quick second of her throwing it down. That's Snow White, baby. If they'd have cast her, I'd have been good with it.
All right. Fair enough. I knew you did want to say that.
Yeah.
Let me have a tirade on the folktale, fairy tale stuff, because that's my obsession my whole life.
Thank you, Kai. I actually forgot about that. So, Kai, thank you again. Go buy his book. What is it called? It's over there, so I can't reach it.
Space Crime Domino.
Yes, Space Crime Domino. Go check that out. All right, Kai. Always a pleasure having you on, man. You're the fucking best.
Thank you. See you guys.
See, here's the chick that's into this stuff obsessively, who gets into studying all the folklores that become the fairy tales that they pull from, who understands that there's multiple folklores that are pulled to each fairy tale character. This is the thing that pisses me off, and it pisses me off massively on both sides. Don't screw with folklore, mythology, or historical characters. Ever. Do not take from one culture to give to another. Go to that culture and treat them with respect and find their mythology. And don't take somebody else's mythology and try to claim it as your own. That is the only thing I actually consider cultural appropriation, and it is racist as fuck to both sides.
Oh, but don't you see it's white, so it's okay.
No.
That's not my belief. That's
I know
belief.
that's the SJW belief. It's white, it's okay, and you don't get to have an opinion on it because you're white passing. It doesn't matter if that's medical and you're actually a minority. You don't get an opinion because you're skin. No, that is the racism that you get the most right now. If you deal with the SJW culture in modern society, is minorities against mixed race or pale skin minorities.
Oh,
it really is.
Oh,
that's
that
not
was
a critical race theory, by the way.
Yeah, and that was the thing that was, you're a passable, for a white person. Back when it was, it was deemed, to be unacceptable to be to have a different skin color. We're going back to pre-civil rights. It's the same kind of mindset. It's history repeating itself, and this is what happens when you try to ignore history. Like everything is all great. Everything is all great. It's just it's disgusting.
This is what I get because I stand up to this stuff. I get them attack my race constantly and make fun of my disabilities, but they're the virtue signal woke warriors. And the reason it is because I don't tolerate race swapping on any side. If it's a part of the mythology, the folklore, where the character came from, if it's a historical person, if it's something of a religion or a culture, or fucking leave it alone. Period. I don't care if you're white turning it black. I don't care if you're black turning it white. I don't care if you're native and saying you want to claim something African as yours. Shut the fuck up and go to your own culture and make it.
All right, that was pretty solid. I mean, now I feel really terrible for it. It's sad.
But you've got people.
Like, damn.
You've got people making the argument, though. You got people making the argument of, well, they did it back in Hollywood back in the 40s and back way back when.
It goes back even farther than that. It goes way back to Shakespeare, and it actually even goes back to ancient Greece.
Well, I'm just saying, about Hollywood. They had Caucasians playing Sioux and Apaches and any of the other American Indian tribes, and
it's one thing if you're hiring the character and you're actually trying to make them look like the character and you're actually trying to match the skin and stuff. It's another when we're going to make it look like something completely different.
But I'm saying like some people are like, well, they put white people in for like other minorities and stuff, so. So
what is this? Reparations?
I don't know.
Is that it? Like, is that what they're trying to do? Make up for lost time. Make up for the fact that they, some studios were made genuinely racist cartoons, or were bigoted. In terms of thought. Even 40 years ago. Like, what's the point of that? Like, I don't.
Basically, this is the big beef here, is that they're doing this for drama. They're doing this for headline and for free press. Mm-hmm. I consider this, I don't know if y'all have seen this, but back in, I think, 96, there was a adaptation of Romeo and Juliet that starred Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh,
and it cast the Capulets and Montagues as street gangs in LA.
It was modern day,
Yeah, and basically
made no
But they
sense.
still had them quoting Shakespearean dialogue, and Mercutio was Jamaican. It was hilarious.
Yeah, they
Hilariously
tried
bad.
to they tried to say Romeo and Juliet and West Side Story is the same
Right.
movie, and it
But
was
my point
awkward.
is, if you're going to change the material that much, just call it something else and say it was based on this.
Mhm.
And I don't care if she's been cast for this role or what color her skin is. You can change up the story and say, hey, yeah, we based this on Snow White, but we want to tell our own story. That would be cool. But no, you're calling it Snow White. That comes with certain expectations.
Oh, and you know, here's what's going to make this so great. What if they actually put their money where their mouth is with the whole prince consent and Snow White consenting to the prince kissing her? She never consented.
Right.
So what if that's how the movie ends? What if they actually go through with it? Put their money where their mouth is, and she gets buried alive, and end of the fucking movie.
Well, with
Wouldn't that, you know, honestly, if that actually happened, would that almost make up for it? Would that almost make up for it? Or would you just laugh your ass off? Like, I'm curious, like, if they actually followed through with that, because they've been, that was another thing that happened, you know, that was a
She's
big
going to leave
deal.
a
They
note
even tried
before
to,
she goes under.
they even tried to, you know, change that at one of the attractions. I think was it Disneyland? No, it was at Disney World or something.
I'm pretty
I don't
sure
remember.
it was at Disney World.
Yeah, well, it couldn't have been Disney. They weren't open. I remember reading about that. I'm like, what if they actually go through with that in the remake? Is that even? Is that just wishful thinking? Is that like even remotely possible? Like,
well, I think there's two things that a lot of people are missing. Number one is they're looking at this as being part of the mythology of Snow White, and the original mythology of Snow White has absolutely nothing really to do with what Disney is doing. Disney has taken that original story and they've twisted it, and it's not the original story anymore, first off. Mm-hmm. Second off, if they're casting this person as just Snow White without really looking into what their skin color is, while it's not generally going to be accepted by most people, that is not necessarily a wrong thing. Now, it is wrong when they purposely go out of their way to find somebody of a different skin color just to virtue signal. Unfortunately, if anybody's been really paying attention, that is all Disney has been doing. They're purposely going out and finding people of different skin colors just to virtue signal.
Now, I will say this, and with mad respect, because Tommy, you know I've always loved hanging out around you and talking to you. But I will say I disagree on it anytime, any part of where they came from, the mythology behind it or stuff, ties to a specific place or a specific culture or race. It needs to be cast as somebody who's as close to fitting that culture, their genetic structure, their looks and features as you can. Because you need to honor the original.
But like I said, Rosetta, what Disney has done with the original story, it's not the original story, and it hasn't been for a long time.
Oh, no, I have that rant as a whole separate rant, because Disney has a tendency to completely bastardize fairy tales to make them more cheery and loving, and skip things like Maleficent did all of it because she didn't get invited to a party, and she succeeded. He couldn't get to her for 100 years, and he kissed her awake and then died in front of her.
Here's the thing. Disney, Warner Brothers with Looney Tunes, whatever, like the first time I ever, seen or heard, like the Barber of Seville was freaking a damn Bugs Bunny cartoon, okay? But, these things, introduce us to, like, the classics of, like, music and literature, in a way that appeals to us when we're kids. And then when we grow up, when we become adults, then we go and find, like the, original, thing that was, these cartoons and whatnot were pulled from, and we get to read the, the more mature version, or see the, we get to exposed to the more mature version when we're adults. I mean, it's
right.
So like I don't fault Disney or whatever for making the Hunchback of Notre Dame a campy musical thing. It's but with what Chad was saying, with the with this with this gal being like half Colombian, and her not having pale skin and all, that's part of the story. That is literally part of the story, that her skin was white as snow and her hair was black as can be, and that's where the title of the damn story comes from, so it's like, but people even in our what's the phrase you like to say now, culture?
Our group of humans.
Yes.
By the way, thank you, Culture Casino, for the context of what I was referring to. The details had slipped my mind.
Yeah.
I misspoke. I believe I said that they had tried to change the ride. That is not true. There were people who are upset by it for whatever reason. So yeah,
anyway, there's people even in our group of humans, as Culture likes to say now, that are like, well, this is supposed to be a reimagining or whatever, right? So it's like, well, so I don't have a problem with it, but the thing is, it's like, how do that doesn't change the fact that that's like part of the damn story, and it's like.
Well, Shelley, you and I come from the same perspective there. You're essentially rewriting the story, which, as Tommy pointed out accurately, they rewrote the story to begin with. These stories have been changed over the course of hundreds of years, but you're not wrong. I mean, they changed Disney's version of the story is very clear, and she is supposed to be white as the driven snow, with lips. With lips red as blood.
That is true to the absolute, even the stories before Grimm. That's true.
Yeah. And that's her attributes. And so you're actually changing. This is the same thing they did with Anne. While she's not a historical figure, it's the same thing they did with a historical figure in Anne Boleyn, right? So I'm sorry, Shell. I didn't mean to interrupt you, sir.
No.
Well, he interrupted you. I interrupted him, so it works out.
No, but okay.
I mean, I guess I was pretty much done with the rant, but wouldn't you? I mean, sure, they could be like, well, in this case, Snow White is going to convey her, like her inside, her soul or whatever, like. Her level of purity, like she's Snow White in purity or whatever.
But I thought they were against using the term white as a way of defining purity because they call that racist. They can't use that.
Shellback, you're thinking too logically for them.
Well, I do want to make this point, and I really want to express, I can't stand the race swap stuff. I've always hated it. I think it's ridiculous that they're doing it just for clout and everything like that. But the one thing I will say is this is a very, very slippery slope for everybody who takes stances on this. Mm-hmm. Because when we sit there and we point out every one of these race swaps and we make a big deal about it, we are making their point for them. Their point being that only a person of that nationality should play that role, and only a person of that gender should play that role. Right. This is the same thing that we've actually been saying is absolutely ridiculous, because you don't need to be disabled to be able to play a disabled person in a movie. You don't need to be gay to be able to play a gay character. Right. But unfortunately, with this kind of nonsense, they want us bickering about this because we're actually proving their point for them in a way. I think we got to be very careful. We got to be very careful how we actually proceed.
And the worst part about that is it takes it takes these young women who are cast in this role, especially Halle Bailey with The Little Mermaid. I felt really terrible about her, like because she's now put it in a position where she's known as not Ariel but Black Ariel. And that's the position that these studios have been are putting. The studios are putting them into this situation where they're now going to get criticized for it, and these are young actresses who are unfortunately now being put in these scenarios. Like, yeah, it's a role of a lifetime. Would you not accept it? It's a very unfair position to be in, and I feel like that they're doing it on purpose in order to. It's harmful, not necessarily to the studio, but to the actresses more than anybody else, because they're receiving the blunt of the backlash.
I feel like Rosetta's finger is about to pop off if we don't let her
This is why I've said with what Tommy has said here. This is why I've told people it has to be about, can they look the part? Not are you actually it, but can you look it? And I don't mind the choice for Red Sonja as long as they dye the hair red and actually accent the similar facial structure. Because she at least looks close enough, while she may be slightly tanner, she can be believable as that part if they do her costume and her hair right. It has to be about, can you look the part? If you're doing a swap to change the character, then you're not trying to fit the part, you're trying to have the part fit the actor. It should always be about the actor fitting the part, not that they are that. If a person can very well play an effeminate gay guy and that's the character, great.
Neil Patrick Harris played straight for 9 years. So
if they can't play it, then they shouldn't.
I just want to say that it's not the race swap that's the problem. It's the reasons why they're race swapping. They're race swapping for attention and to get people arguing online, not because they think this actress can really do the
arguing
justice.
online. The arguing online part is one of my deals, because both Zegler and the new Ariel, whatever the hell her name is. What's her name?
Halle Bailey.
Yeah. So
that is my freaking point.
They're all like, just accept it and admit you're racist, and move on.
No. That's an awful mindset to be just admit you're racist. No.
Wait, has Halle said that, or just the other one? Because I know the new one has, but I haven't seen them from Halle.
Hey, Saggy. Yeah, I mean,
Saggy girl.
Yeah, and I'm happy about that. But I don't. Here's the thing, though, because it's not really. I don't think it's said in the. I believe it was it a Grimm's brother tale as well?
It's Grimm.
I think so. Yeah. The race wasn't. The race of the character wasn't really.
Okay.
I don't believe so.
Are you talking about Snow White or Han? Or
no, A Little Mermaid.
Hans Christian Andersen's. Hans Christian Andersen, and it did actually talk about what culture she was from, though, which is almost entirely blonde and redheaded. So having it race swap does make an issue.
I think it's a little different with the Little Mermaid. As long as she, has red hair, I'm cool with it. Okay. But that's just me. With Snow White, I think I can understand that a little bit more. That's just my opinion, though. I don't think of it as.
Here's another aspect of it, though, Justin. Here's another aspect, right?
Am I missing something here? Am I missing something?
I don't know, but they're giving all of these. Minority actors, okay, they're giving them all of these main, for lack of a better term, mainstream roles, okay, all these mainstream characters that were not, black, brown, or yellow to begin with, okay. They didn't originate as that. They originated as Caucasian or Caucasian-looking characters, right? But they're giving these minority actors these roles, because it's like, they they're like, well, we're just going to be lazy and not create something new, and we're gonna take this name brand that sells, so and just give it to a minority person, and all these people are just like eating it up. They're like, oh yeah, and it's like okay, can you not see that they're laughing at you behind closed doors at how you're just eating up hand-me-down rolls.
That's it. It's hand-me-downs. If they had any fucking respect for minorities, they would go to all these different cultures, all these different races. They would go find their mythology, their history, their folktale, their superheroes that they've written in their cultures, and they would try to elevate that. They would make movies of that. They would push it and promote it and say, look at, this is the stories you're not hearing because of the history and the fact that we've only had more racial equality in the last few decades. These are the stories most people don't know. Let's hear them out too.
How about this? This would be a great solution to all of our problems. You want to make, Disney wants to remake one of their films. Okay, you want to do that? Let's do it, and let's put you to the test. How about have a live action remake of The Princess and the Frog? Are you going to replace the cast with white people? No. Hell no, you're not. Would it be faithful? Okay. Boom. Do it. Do that. I dare you.
So I
bet they won't.
I have a really good example here. So there was an adaptation.
Is that not exactly what they want to do? They just want to do all the classics first.
So there was an adaptation done by The Little Mermaid in Japan. Maybe you've heard of it. Ponyo by Hayao Miyazaki.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? I love that film, and no one cared that everyone in the film was Japanese, because basically the point of the story was, first, it was an adaptation, and second of all, Miyazaki made the story the point, not the race of the characters.
Well, there's a difference.
This is how you adapt something, and this is how you race swap. You make the race not the point.
It wasn't a full race swap, but even that, I'm still more into let's find the originals from that region, because I really think we have a culture that's ignoring so much history, mythology, and cultures because we're too fucking lazy. We're too fucking lazy as a society to do the effort to find these things. And that's a problem to me, and that's a whole other issue. But if you're going to say, well, I've always found this story inspiring, but this is my cultural tale, I'm going to write something completely different, and I'm going to name the characters different, and I'm going to change parts of it, but I'm going to be inspired by the fact that I always loved this story, and it had a beautiful message, and I'm going to use part of it. That's different than just stealing it. Because adaptation and imitation is flattery, whereas just taking it and putting a lazy stereotype and race swap on it is grating and insulting to both sides.
Well, I mean, they have done things like that in the past where they did it in a way where they actually change the story enough. Because you look at one of the older movies, The Wizard of Oz, and then they came out with a black adaptation of it in The Wiz, which was based off of The Wizard of Oz, but it was its own unique thing. Nobody had a problem with that. There are ways to do it where you're not going to insult everybody. Unfortunately, Hollywood doesn't see it that way.
They don't understand the difference. What's the difference? People have done it in the past. Well, here's the thing. It's supposed to be in good faith. It's supposed to have its own unique spin on it. I mean, it was a big deal when I don't remember what adaptation it was, but people were like, "Oh yeah, there's a Black Cinderella," but no one just called her Black Cinderella. Called her Cinderella. I don't remember which. What?
They did a very awkward remake of Rodgers and Hammerstein's with Brandy, which it was good. It was a little awkward because they had an Asian prince and a white king and a black queen, which there is a thing is trying so hard to ignore race.
Wait, what are you talking about?
The remake in the 90s of Cinderella with Brandy, which was the black one.
Oh,
the king was white. The queen was played by Whoopi Goldberg, and the prince was played by the son of Khan, Ricardo Montalban's son.
Okay.
So
I don't remember
white,
that one.
So white plus black equals yellow. Is that what you're saying?
Okay. I don't even know where to go from here. But this has been a great conversation, and you know.
But overall, it's a good story the way they did it. It's just that when you see the three of them talking as king, queen, and prince, it loses the moment because you're looking at it going, "What the fuck?"
Someone, I'm lost too. White and black creates a Filipino guy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's.
See, learn something new every day, and knowing is half the battle.
Exactly.
We'll have to ask Drew Taylor about that one.
Yeah, I got nothing more to say except after hearing this news, you can just read that headline, let it sink in. I don't even really need to know why, but that Leslie person, Harvey Weinstein's assistant, decided like, oh yeah, I'm gonna hire somebody who's never seen a Star Wars movie in my life. And to end this stream, I know most of you have already talked about that crap before because it came out a couple days ago. I'm fucking done. I'm done. I quit. I've seriously I've had my fun with Star Wars. I really have. Then they screwed the pooch with the sequel trilogy, and honestly, what is there left to do? Like
they've been.
They're not gonna. No. Hold on. I'm highlighted for a reason. Just give me a second. This is like this is my closing statement on this, and I'm just saying like I honestly give up. Like there's this whole thing, of me even, I've been in this, with this YouTube thing for like 3 years, and it all started with, how shitty The Last Jedi was. And what has really changed ever since? Aside from, The Mandalorian having, a couple great seasons, but let's just be real here. It's gonna lead to, it's gonna lead to the sequels, and at the end of the day, there's not a goddamn thing that I or any of us can do about it. So honestly, I'm done. You know what? I care just as much as the people working at Lucasfilm care about how we feel. I was gonna ask, this question of the panel: why do they hate us? Why do they hate us? And I don't think I'll ever know the answer. They care just about as much about Star Wars as we do. And, it's exemplified by, now they're hiring people who've never seen Star Wars in their goddamn life. They don't care. They don't want to hire people who love the franchise. And honestly, it's never going to get any better. It's done. I feel like we've lost this battle, and I hate to end on that sour note, but I mean, there really isn't anything that we can do. And I'm really, it sucks that I have to say this, but there's really nothing. There's nothing else. There's nothing else to do. It's like talking into an endless void. We have not been listened to, really. Favreau, thank you for being a part of Star Wars, and for having, for being a fan and caring about it and wanting to make something good. At the end of the day, it just really hurts me, because it used to be my escape, and it I don't see. I don't know, man. It sucks. It really sucks, because it's like, what is this led to? What progress have we made? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They're not gonna, whatever bullshit that you hear about, they're gonna retcon the sequels. It's bullshit. It's not gonna happen. And you know what? If I have no interest anymore, and that really sucks. All I hope is that Indiana Jones 5 isn't a complete piece of crap. That's all I can really hope for.
You know what, Justin? You should pucker up, because Leslie Headland said to hold her beer.
Yeah.
I know.
So Justin, this is something that's very near and dear to me, so I want to speak a bit on this. So nothing will ever take away my love for the EU. I really love doing the Force Unleashed live stream. I'm going to get back to Star Wars in a few weeks, but I got Transformers Devastation that I'm going to be live streaming starting Tuesday. But nothing will ever take away my love for the EU and what writers did while working for Lucas. Nothing. But just last week, I watched and reviewed a live-action Japanese film based off a Japanese comic, Rurouni Kenshin: The Final. That's on Netflix. And I mentioned how good it felt to see people who obviously loved the source material and worked so hard to recreate it in live action. And it's so hard that basically actors would train to exhaustion daily just to be able to recreate anime-style moves in live actions. Just to be able to adapt a 10-volume comic book into a 2-hour film and do it with respect and love, it felt so good. And if Disney would just take that kind of attitude, the fans would jump on board immediately. But they're not. But there's still projects with that kind of love out there and that kind of respect for the source material. We just got to go looking for it. And if we go looking for that kind of love and fun, Disney will realize we're not talking about them anymore. And that we're not paying attention anymore. And they'll try to get our attention again. Because so long as we're talking about them, they're going to still pull this stuff. It's hate clicks. They're still getting attention. They're still getting press. They're still getting money. The minute we stop talking about them is the minute they're going to freak out.
I think if Disney was to freak out enough over Star Wars, they would probably just sell the franchise. If they were actually losing money, they would just get rid of it.
I don't know, man. It's just. I don't know. Am I giving up too soon? Is there hope at all? Am I missing something? Like,
just get back to the EU. Get back to the Lucas era. Get back to those games, those books, those comics, those shows. That's where the love is.
You know what, Chad? I don't even think they need to do that. If they were just to tell decent stories that didn't counter what was already established in the EU, and of course what Lucas put in his original 6 films, you know what? I don't think there would be as big of a backlash against it if they would have just at least showed enough respect to what already came before, but they didn't. They didn't care. And I think that's the biggest problem with everything that they've done. They just threw everything out the window and said, well, we're going to tell things our way. They created a Kelvin timeline in Star Wars. And you know what? I don't care what anybody says. That starts with JJ.
Yep.
JJ's a fucking bastard. Let's get that straight. He killed Star Trek. He's killing Star Wars. He's trying to kill every comic company he can get his fucking mitts on. He's the fucking Grim Reaper of entertainment. Fuck off, JJ.
Culture Casino, do you think there's any hope left in Star Wars at all?
No.
All right.
I don't care. I mean, look, I've said it 1,000 times. I'm like, I honestly feel like I'm Sisyphus, and I'm trying to push a rock up a hill, and I'm just not successful. It's trying to hold back the ocean.
A rock up of Mount Everest.
This is the stuff.
It's worse than that. It's just, and I don't care. Look, I don't care anymore, and that's the thing. I'm already I'm not even at the point of like hating it anymore. I am at the point of apathy, which is kind of what Tommy was speaking to. It's like, I don't care. That you've actually made me not care about the thing that pretty much drove my young life. Considering I saw the film, the original film, which was called Star Wars, not A New Hope. It was called Star Wars in the damn theater when it opened. Back in, the 70s, right? And so, I often describe, and I have many times, the moment that I fell in love with and the most significant cinematic experience that I had, which was when the Star Destroyer was chasing the ship at the beginning of the film, and it comes overhead, and I lost my mind. Because that changed my perspective of everything. It created a different type of imagination in me. I could imagine more. I could look at engineering, and I could look at things, and I say I could create that. I could look at other innovators and visionaries, and I could pattern myself after them. And I could, and that came out of one cinematic experience, but they managed to make me not
Culture,
care.
would you say that scene really created the whole aspect of that movie being larger than life because of how long that scene dragged on?
Well, and I saw that. This is the weirdest thing. I saw that in one of the theaters in the country when it opened, with the largest format screen that existed at the time. There were only a handful of theaters that had that particular thing, and there were only so many prints of the whatever millimeter film it was at the time. And so sitting in that theater with the ridiculous sound system that existed at the time, which back then the woofers were like enormous, right? Just the woofers alone that they just to get the bass out was ridiculous. To have that experience in the theater as a young person, 6-7 years old, it changed everything. It changed perspective. It was bigger than larger than life. It was so large in my mind. Now, again, I was very young, but every time I've seen that film, it has the same reaction. I can't help it, and I know that some of that's relational memory. I know that the hippocampus is activating a lot of things when that happens. I understand all the science behind the brain science behind it all, but it's still a touchstone, right? And that's not just for me. But like I said, they managed to take that away. They managed to destroy that. They took, and they've been doing it forever. And that's what they want to do. They want to tear it all down. So guess what? You know what? I don't care. And because I don't care, you no longer have a financial power over me, because I'm not going to buy any of that shit anymore. Right? The last straw was when they did not renew Gina's contract. And they did it in the slimiest, scummiest way possible. And you know who did that? The most petty person that exists on the planet, Kathleen Kennedy. And, you can see it in the people that she hires. You can see it in the people she fires. She fires more people than actually complete projects for her. That's how bad this person is. Okay, she can't get it right on the front end. She can't get it right on the back end. This is the definition of incompetence.
Bye, guys.
There you
I gotta go.
Oh, bye. I'm sorry, Rosetta. I ranted.
See you, Rosetta.
Hey, Rosetta, did you have a good time tonight?
Yeah. You brought up one of the things that's one of my hit spots, because I've always been the mythology history girl, as you can't tell from what I'm sitting here painting.
All right, tell the people what you got going on. I think we're about to wrap it up in a second.
This sketches, still working on the pinups, still working on the Eagle book, which is very close to being able to do test printing. And other than that, just busy always, helping people out and doing the photo work. Love.
Still got it.
Yay.
Still got it.
Love. Bye, guys.
All right. See you, Rosetta. And now get the fuck out. Oh, man. No, she's awesome.
Toxic.
And oh yeah, very much so. No, she left. I didn't actually kick her. So,
well,
yeah,
I just want to add something on real quick. I think Culture summed it up perfectly. I don't think I could really add a lot on there to really further his point much, except by saying, I think one of the biggest reasons that a lot of people got turned off by this newer Star Wars stuff, and me included, I hated it from TFA. I couldn't stand it. And I know a lot of people like The Force Awakens when it first came out. I could not stand it. And I think that's because they borrowed so heavily from the EU books that they decanonized and then tried to play it off like, oh, it was never canon. Really? If it was not canon, why did you have to decanonize it?
Exactly.
And I think that's what drove a lot of the fans away, because if it wasn't for all those fans that were buying all those EU products, that includes the comics, the novels, the games, if we weren't buying all those things and keeping Star Wars alive, would there have even been a prequel trilogy?
Yeah, what was going on those 16 years?
No,
yeah.
Lucas has admitted it. If it wasn't for the books, he would never have made the prequels.
That's, well, yeah. I mean, it's pretty incredible. And you know what? I think it was a big mistake, for for George to, let it go. But you know what? Yeah, he's laughing his way to the bank, and he's like, I'm sure it must be heartbreaking.
He was already a billionaire. I mean, let's be honest. He didn't have to sell it, but he thought he was passing it to somebody who would be a good steward. And boy, did they snow the shit out of him. And here's the thing. My initial reaction when what? None of this matters anymore, Justin. You're regurgitating the same cycle of anger or I should say you're not doing it, but you're creating in us the same cycle of anger that it doesn't even resonate anymore, man. I can't even get up the gumption to be as outraged as I used to be.
I don't consider what Disney has done.
What I'm trying to say is I'm at that point. I have reached that point. And I've been that way for a while, but I haven't been honest about it, and it fucking sucks. It's actually depressing to get to that point. It really is, and it's really sad. But I do hate to. I'm going to read a couple of these super chats, and I hate to leave it on a bad note. I feel like we should watch. I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it till the end. But I'm going to read these super chats first.
White slavers. Hold
on. Oh my God, no, that's not funny. No, please, too soon. Memes of destruction. Hey guys, what's going on? Love you all. No matter what happens, remember, we can always legalize dueling. Hashtag May the 4th be with you. Hashtag the Gate of Menace. Oh yeah. And thank you for clipping last week's show. I appreciate that. And Stone Cold Jeremy, thank you again for the super chat. You should read the books of the EU. They were written by people who are passionate about Star Wars and love and respect the lore. I've been thinking about that for quite some time, and I really want to. I just, I know to start at the Thrawn trilogy. I just don't know where to go from there, and that's a conversation for another day. So why don't we? Do you guys want to end on a good note, on a high note, on something that's a little bit more positive that we can actually have a laugh on?
Sure. Are there naked women?
High note.
There's something. There's something, ladies and gentlemen. A movie directed by my YouTube bestie Mary Mayhem for Netflix. I have not seen this. This is a movie called Sexy Beast or something, or is it a show or is it a movie? Do you guys know about this?
No.
Sexy Beast is a new. Oh no. This is actually a new dating show where real life singles sport elaborate makeup and prosthetics to true blind date chemistry to the test. So, oh my God! And Culture Casino was just like, no, he just left immediately. Wow. All right, I have not seen this before. I want to end this on a high note and with a good laugh. You guys ready for this? Who has seen this before?
The furry dating game?
Yeah, no, who hasn't seen this?
I haven't.
Oh my God. All right. Are you guys ready for this?
No, we're not.
I haven't seen this, so
I mean, I'm not kink shaming or anything, but
I'm not either, but okay, let's
I am.
Oh my God. Okay. All right, let's go.
I want to get married. I want to have babies before I'm 26. Do you have health insurance?
Welcome to the strangest blind date ever.
Hey, how you doing? Damn, how you doing?
Could you fall in love with someone based on personality alone?
What is your ideal woman?
Personality for me is everything.
What the fuck is this?
First, personality second. You're the best looking devil I've ever seen.
This is really weird right now.
Would you count this as a weird experience for you?
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I like your fin.
What the hell is this?
So what if I pick you and I'm not what you expect underneath?
Oh my God!
I've kissed this girl and I don't know what she looks like.
I'm literally just in love with the moment.
Pull.
What the hell?
Put it. Oh! Time has come.
This is going to be really tough for me.
I can't choose both of you. I've made my decision.
My sexy beast is...
There's interspecies relationships happening on my grounds. I won't stand for
What the fuck?
So I want to know, when did they hire D Jobsy to be able to take part in the show?
Okay, you know what? You know what? This is so fucking weird. It just might work. It just.
Well, it'll work. It'll work if they actually manage to put an ugly person on there. They haven't. So
Okay, all right. That's a good point.
I'm sorry, but the dolphin chick. I don't. Oh, look at me! I'm a dolphin.
What if this whole time Mary was shooting, like with this film crew? What the hell? That would be hilarious. What a reveal!
Wow!
Like that would. Oh man! Oh my god! Mary, if you're watching this, I'm joking. I'm joking, but.
I
you or
may
anybody,
or
you
may
would be the
not.
dolphin person. Yeah. Oh my god!
I don't know where it came from, and I want to know the return address.
I thought this would be a lot stupider than I thought it would be, but okay, all right.
I hope everybody on that show at least had their shots first.
Yeah.
You never know, and yeah,
I may or may not apply for that show.
All right.
You don't have $10. You probably don't have time to watch Twitch because you should be working. You should.
Oh my god, this.
It's not a ton. It's not like a ton.
Yes.
So like, sub. It doesn't track. What you mean to say is, I'm so irresponsible. I can't support the entertainment that I enjoy.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. I'm like, what if two people on that show meet and get married? Like, are you really going to tell your kids how we met?
Yeah. By the way, all right. I think we're about to wrap it up. Thank you, everyone who've been in the chat this whole time. This was a fun show. I really enjoyed it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
We're gonna go around the panel. Shell back to the people what you got going on.
Well, right now, all I'm doing is my anime thing on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Pacific. And I think we're gonna watch the Afro Samurai movie. We've done the 5 episodes, but Close Call Kid told me that there was a movie, so
there was.
I'm guessing we're gonna do the movie next. And what we do, it's kind of like I don't know if anybody has ever tuned into the Latino Slant channel or Nick Weiser channel. Where we watch X-Flex or Deadwood, on Discord, and then we talk about it afterwards. Well, that's what me and Close Call Kid are doing, have been doing for since we started doing the Afro Samurai. Is we watch it via Discord, and we throw up the link so anybody that comes by can click on the Discord link and watch it with us. And then after we're done watching it, we talk about it. So, yeah, that's
all right. I'm up. Groovy. So yeah, my channel is pretty new. I've been steadily streaming for about a month now. Been doing live streams. Recently finished The Force Unleashed. I got Transformers Devastation for PS4, sorry, coming up on Tuesday, as well as some anime game reviews coming out every Saturday, as well as some other articles that I'm going to be doing, some comic-based articles or anime or other game reviews that I've got planned for the future. So please hit the subscribe. I got a lot of really great content, and I promise no drama, just a lot of fun.
I am a furry. All right, you know what? I'm owning it. I'm just gonna own it. I'm gonna hop around like a little bunny. Okay, I'm gonna get a bunny tail, and he's gonna have a fox tail, and we're gonna make little fox rabbit babies. It's gonna be great. I'm the cutest bunny ever.
Wow. That face says it all.
Yeah.
Awesome. That was nice, Culture. Make sure you subscribe to everybody that's been on the panel today. Thank you for showing up in the chat. You all are amazing. You can catch me talking about old toys and old movies usually, and sometimes newer stuff on my channel. But right now, I'm still knee deep in my fight with YouTube. LuTube, you can suck it. Remember, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or should not watch, because your silence gives consent. And you might wind up a furry like Deej Odyssey.
Oh,
You're muted, but it was awesome.
yeah.
Whatever you just said was great.
Oh no, I wasn't saying anything. I was like,
great.
I was really just saying like, yeah, it pretty much says it all.
Well, that's
yeah.
what happens at the end of that that furry dating show. If everything goes well, a big explosion.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't end in a big explosion. Then what were you really doing?
I think the whole stream is pretty much.
That is my favorite meme. I love that. Oh my god, that never fails, man. I appreciate that. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much. I'll see you all next week for This Week in Bullshit. Again, every week, 7 p.m. Eastern. It's basically all I do, unless I have a very creative idea for a regular upload or a park hopping video that is for a more evergreen content, more like top 5 stuff or something like that. I really a lot of things have been happening in my personal life lately, and I'm trying to balance it out a little more. And you know what, I'm slowly but surely getting to a better place, and you guys are helping out. Everyone in the chat is definitely it's become less of a a few weeks ago I would have said it it's become more like a chore, but now it's become more therapeutic, and I've started to enjoy it. It's a very ebb and flow, and I just I really do enjoy no matter how great a stream is, or how not so great a stream is, I do appreciate just this camaraderie that I have in that. Even a few people are just like, hey, we enjoy this content, and I appreciate that so much. You guys have no idea. I really do. I love each and every single one of you. And as always, oh, shut the fuck up. What was that smirk? I was like,
Look in the middle of.
Yeah.
Look in the middle of the screen.
You fucking ass.
That's what I was laughing
damn
at.
it. No, my God.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
No. No.
That is one big pile of shit.
Yeah. Anyways, thanking. Yeah, you fucking. God damn it, Culture Casino. Oh man, that was funny though. Anyways, thank you guys. Live long and proper, and have a great fucking night. I'll see you all next week.
Well, thanks to the lame ass security, I'm going home.